She vanished inside a hotel full of people. This is one of the most baffling and chilling mysteries of the modern era. A story that starts with a solo trip and ends in a way no one could have ever predicted. Today, we're diving deep into the timeline of Elisa Lam's final days, exploring the strange events and the unanswered questions that still haunt investigators and internet sleuths alike. Our story begins in late January 2013. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old student from British Columbia, Canada, embarked on a solo trip across the west coast of the United States. She documented her journey on her blog, sharing her thoughts and excitement. Her destination was Los Angeles, the city of angels. On January 26th, she checked into the Cecil Hotel, a historic establishment in downtown LA with a notoriously dark and troubled past. For Elisa, it was just supposed to be a stopover, a base to explore the city before heading to Santa Cruz. She was assigned a shared room on the 5th floor, but was later moved to a private room on the same floor after her roommates complained about what they called odd behavior. Every day, Elisa kept in touch with her parents back in Canada. They were her lifeline, a daily check-in to let them know she was safe. But on January 31st, the calls stopped. That was the day she was scheduled to check out of the Cecil Hotel. When her parents didn't hear from her, they immediately knew something was wrong and contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. The police searched the hotel, but found no trace of Elisa. It was as if she had simply disappeared into thin air. Her belongings, her wallet, her ID, everything were still in her room. The only thing missing was Elisa herself. The initial search, which included the hotel's rooftop, turned up nothing. For weeks, the case went cold. The LAPD, desperate for leads, decided to release a piece of evidence that would turn this missing person case into a global internet phenomenon. On February 13th, the police released the last known footage of Elisa Lam. It was a grainy, unsettling video from one of the Cecil Hotel's elevators, recorded on February 1st, shortly after midnight. The 4-minute video is bizarre and deeply disturbing. In it, Elisa enters the elevator and appears to press multiple buttons. When the doors don't close, she cautiously peeks out into the hallway, looking both ways as if she's hiding from someone or something. She then retreats back into the corner of the elevator, seemingly trying to make herself invisible. But then, her behavior gets even stranger. She steps out into the hallway again, stands by the door, and begins making a series of odd, almost theatrical hand gestures. It looks like she's talking to someone just out of the camera's view, her hands moving in a fluid, unnatural way. After a few moments of this, she walks away, and the elevator doors finally close, then open, then close again, seemingly at random. This was the last time anyone ever saw her. The video went viral almost instantly. Millions of people watched it, each with their own theory. Was she being pursued? Was she under the influence of something? Was she having a psychotic episode? The internet exploded with speculation. Amateur detectives from all over the world began dissecting the video frame by frame, trying to piece together what happened in those final, chilling moments. Some noted that the timestamp on the video was obscured, and that parts of the footage seemed to be edited or slowed down, adding another layer of mystery. Meanwhile, back at the Cecil Hotel, a new and grotesque problem was emerging. Guests began complaining about low water pressure and a strange taste and color to the water coming from their taps. The hotel's maintenance staff was sent to investigate the source of the problem. On the morning of February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa vanished, a maintenance worker went to the roof to check the hotel's large water tanks. He climbed a ladder to the top of one of the main cisterns, opened the heavy lid, and looked inside. There, floating in the dark water, was the body of Elisa Lam. Her body was found naked, and her clothes, the same ones she was wearing in the elevator video, were found in the water tank with her. The discovery was shocking and raised far more questions than it answered. The biggest question was, how did she get there? The rooftop was supposed to be a restricted area. The doors were locked and equipped with alarms that would have alerted hotel staff if they were opened. To get into the water tank itself, she would have had to climb a 10-foot ladder, open a very heavy lid that some say would be difficult for one person to lift and close from the outside, let alone from the inside, and then get into the tank. The official autopsy report from the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office was released in June 2013. It ruled Elisa Lam's death as an accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder listed as a significant contributing factor. The report stated that no evidence of trauma or foul play was found on her body, and a toxicology screen showed no signs of illegal drugs or alcohol. It seemed to suggest that Elisa, perhaps experiencing a manic episode, had somehow managed to get to the roof and into the water tank on her own. But for many, this explanation felt incomplete and unsatisfying. It left a host of critical questions unanswered. First, how did she get to the roof? The police stated the alarm doors were functioning, yet no alarms were ever triggered. Did a hotel employee or another guest let her up there? Or did she find another, unknown way to access the roof? Second, the water tank itself. The maintenance worker who found her said the lid was closed. How could she have gotten into the tank and then closed the heavy lid from the inside? It seems physically improbable, if not impossible. This has led many to believe that someone else must have been involved, someone who put her in the tank and closed the lid after her. Third, the state of her body. Why was she naked? The official theory suggests she may have removed her clothes to swim, a behavior sometimes associated with hypothermia, as the cold water could have made her feel paradoxically hot. But this doesn't explain how her clothes also ended up in the tank. And what about that bizarre elevator video? Her behavior remains one of the most debated aspects of the case. While it could be explained by a manic episode related to her bipolar disorder, which her family confirmed she had been diagnosed with, some details don't quite add up. She had been prescribed 4 different medications for her condition, but the autopsy report indicated she may have been under-medicating or had stopped taking them altogether. Could this have triggered the strange behavior seen in the video? Or was she genuinely interacting with someone just off camera, someone who later led her to her death? The hotel's own grim history adds another layer of intrigue. The Cecil Hotel has been linked to numerous deaths and has been a temporary home to infamous serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Jack Unterweger. This dark past has led to supernatural theories, with some suggesting Elisa may have fallen victim to a malevolent force within the hotel. While these theories are impossible to prove, they speak to the deep sense of unease that this case evokes. In the end, the official story is one of a tragic accident, a young woman's struggle with mental illness, culminating in a bizarre and fatal sequence of events. However, the gaps in this narrative are too large for many to ignore. The unanswered questions about the locked roof access, the heavy tank lid, and her strange final moments have cemented the Elisa Lam case as one of the most enduring and tragic mysteries of our time. It's a haunting reminder of how a person can simply vanish, even when surrounded by people, leaving behind only questions and a lingering sense of profound sadness. What do you think happened? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this case as fascinating as I do, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into unsolved mysteries.